It's time for a book haul. Today we are going to be going through my haul of books from Barnes& and Noble, local bookstores, book of the month, and also the books I got on Audible. Let's start off with book of the month. So this one is the one that I believe was the one I got as my main book, either that or as the side book. Either way, this is a enemies to lovers kind of thing, and it's a witch and a witch hunter falling in love. I'm kind of interested. Next book of the month book is Interesting Facts About Space. So this is kind of like a sci-fi type thing, and I'm very much into sci-fi. It says it's a fast-paced, hilarious, and ultimately hopeful novel for anyone who has ever worried they might be a terrible person, from the best-selling author of Everyone in the Room Will Someday Be Dead. So I finally became a Barnes and Noble member. I don't know why I didn't do this like months ago, but I decided to finally become one. And this is what I picked up there. I know if you've seen any of my posts yesterday, I was talking so much about this book. This book is now one of my favorite rom-coms. It's about this woman who lost her grandmother and she had to take over her grandmother's bookstore. And so she is kind of struggling with doing that, but she ends up meeting a author who comes into her store, and they end up getting to know each other, and it's really really sweet, and it deals with grief. And if you've ever lost a grandparent, I highly suggest this book. It is amazing. Look at the big tab, they're so cute. Next up is a book from Amazon. So this book I've been trying to get for a decent price in hardcover for a while now. And next month I'm going to be going back to my sci-fi roots. I'm going to be reading space operas and stuff like that. And this one I started it at some point, but it's a 30 something hour audiobook. So I got it because I want to annotate it. And this one, it's a first contact sci-fi. The other book I got from Amazon is the fourth book in the Black Witch Chronicles. I already have the other three, so I just needed this one. And you know how much I love Black Witch. Finally, I went to Richmond and I went to a local bookstore. There are three bookstores like within a few buildings of each other, and one of them is a kids bookstore, but they have a lot of cool like really like niche books. um I'll show a picture on the screen of some of them, but they also have really really good kids books. That one's called The World of Mirth. Next door to that store is another bookstore, also a very good book, and they have a variety of kids and adult books. But then you have Shelf Life. This is a used and new bookstore. So used bookstore, the used books are upstairs and the rest of the books are downstairs. There are some used books downstairs, but I'll show you what I got. So the first book I got is a signed edition of the Millie Bobby Brown book. I heard about this and it sounded really cute, and I love Millie Bobby Brown. I think she's adorable, and it's signed, so that was pretty cool. Only $15. I got another romance. This was in the used book section. This one was only $6.95. And then this is the second book in this series. I don't even have the first one yet, but I couldn't pass it up. I think this was only like $8. It doesn't say in, oh yeah, $8.95. So yeah, this one was $8.95. And I used to only want hardcover books, but since I'm going to be annotating them more, I'm getting more of the soft cover books. Now let's talk about the audiobooks that I got. So the first one I got is The Name Bearer. Now, if you have ever been on TikTok at all, in the book talk community, there is the author who writes this book is on TikTok. And if you have ever heard her talk about her book, it just really makes you really want to read it. So I'm going to link to her below, but The Name Bearer, it sounds amazing. So I got the audiobook. It's also on Kindle Unlimited. The other book I got is called The Blood Trials. I don't know much about it, but I heard like good things, that it's a good book. The other book I got is another Adrian Tchaikovsky book. I loved Children of Time, so I feel like I would love this too. The last book I got is Assistant to the Villain. This one I was going to get originally when it came out, but I wasn't too sure about it. Since it was part of this 2-for-1 deal, I decided to get this one. Out of all the books I've shown you, is there any of them that you want to hear about more? And are there any books that you have read and you absolutely love that you want me to read first?